Go ahead and get started with Jim McGill. Go ahead, Jim.
Hey, Coach. You guys have had a couple of good offensive output games and three under 20. Is there any common thread in those three under 20 that you can identify outside of maybe the offensive line providing pass protection?
Well, I think across the board, we've fallen short in those three games you mentioned. So we're looking for vast improvement this week. We've got a lot of good work in last week with the bye week and some self-scouting and really looking at not have any more of those weeks the rest of the year, as you like the ones you referred to.
Okay, we'll go to Jake Curtis. Go ahead, Jake, from Cal Sports Report.
Yeah, you had a great rushing game against Arizona, not so good against Washington State and Notre Dame. Any common thread there? Is there something you've been tweaking with that regard? Just the running game in general.
Yeah, a bunch. We're looking to tweak a whole bunch so we can be much more productive. So last week was vital, and this week will be just as important as we ramp up for game day on Saturday. So we're looking to put the guys in better positions. So we're looking to coach better and, of course, play better on Saturday. So we've had some productive days, and we're counting on our best offensive days to be ahead of us here this season.
Anything in particular that was different in the Arizona game and Washington State game regarding the running game?
Well, there was more air in the front. There were more holes, and we're looking to be consistent and have those type of days week in and week out, and not be as hot and cold or up and down as we've been over the first 5 games. That's for sure.
Okay, we'll go to Jesse Stewart from Rivals. Go ahead, Jesse.
So you mentioned that Arizona had more holes in the front. Is there anything that you guys look to do specifically to like sort of buy numbers back in the run game, or is that just a function of the passing game having to be a little bit more successful in order to loosen up the box?
Yeah, I think it's it goes hand in hand. Of course, we want to be balanced and we want to be difficult to defend, and the numbers in the box we can handle. We have a number of ways to skin that cat. But we just want to, definitely be better across the board. We've mixed and matched our O-line a little bit, as we've all discussed throughout the first 5 games of the season. So I think our O-line will continue to gel, and those 5 guys will get used to working with one another, and we'll learn more about our guys as we move through the season. 5 games into it, with a bunch of new faces, we're looking to get into mid-season form and improve over the last 7.
Sweet. And then I guess on a slightly different thread, what are some things that Colorado does well? Obviously they're 0-5 and they're one of the worst rated defenses in about every metric, but what do they do well? Like, what are things that you, well, without going into too much detail, obviously, that you specifically are worried about, or things that you have to take note of for them?
Well, we saw a number of these guys and played against them last year here in Berkeley. So we've got that film to refer to. They've got a lot of big people, probably the biggest front that we'll see this year, definitely to this date. Tall guys, well over 300 pounds, big fellas. So we'll have to be really good technique-wise to be able to move these guys. They lost a couple DBs, as you probably know. One transferred to Oregon and one transferred to USC. So they've got a couple young guys who are really good players playing out there at corner. One of their safeties has been hurt last week or 2, so he has not played, but he could definitely be back, and I know that would help them in the back end. So we're girding for a big collision with these guys. They've got big people, and they're well experienced. They're on defense. We respected them a lot last year when we played them, and we feel the same way this year.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go back to Jim McGill. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, but when the offense is functioning at full capacity, what are some of the things that you like the most about it? Your offense.
Well, we like a lot of things. We really have a good group of players, and so they're young, as we've talked about. I think 9 of the 11 or 8 of the 11 are new, to our team this year. So we're looking for them to grow and get better as we go through this season. Gosh, I like the way that we work together, and have a great week of preparation, week in and week out. Of course, we're looking for more results on game day, probably like everybody, but we're definitely in that boat where we feel like we can play our best football going forward.